Babe, you untied me. Really, babe?
Now you can't get rid of me.
He tied me to him.
Now you can't get away from me. That's how you really keep a woman around.
What did you say?
Nothing.
What in the Criminal Minds Lifetime movie premiere?
Well, you know, I just thought, you know, I'd tie you up and keep you from running.
Babe, you really tied us together.
It's okay, look, I got it.
Oh my gosh.
Just cut around, make the bunny ear.
Hey guys, so today Sean and I are here as requested to give you some of our tips and tricks and ideas on things you can do to keep the passion burning and the fire going in your relationship. Again, this is just requested of us. We get a lot of questions about what we do, so this is not to tell anyone what they should be doing or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's simply just to answer you guys' questions on things that we feel work for us. So we're gonna jump right into it.
Yeah, so the first thing is flirting. We like to flirt a lot.
We love, love, love to flirt with each other all the time. We're forever flirting.
Of course. So, we don't really... Flirting is pretty, like, no rules apply.
He does it almost every day. Like, he's like, how's your day, babe? And I'm like, oh, it's fine. And he's like, no, how's your day, not how are you, you know? So stuff like that. It seems corny, but when it's coming from the person you love, you know.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Maybe not so much like you don't do it up front, like in the beginning of your relationship, because it might be like...
So Sean says to save that for once you've locked them down.
Yeah.
And then pull out the corny.
Yeah,
I don't know, but he didn't, you kind of started off like that, babe. Remember the thumb war?
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, just be yourself. How about that? Be yourself.
Okay, so the next thing we do a lot is love letters. What I've more recently started doing is this little dry erase board that has a magnet on it. So I just stick it to the refrigerator, and every morning I'll come through and write something new on it. Something sweet and something from the heart that she can wake up and go see every morning.
Love, love reading. Sean calls it the love board, and like he said, he updates it for me daily. So I love that. That's like a staple in the morning, reading what he's written for me on the love board. So that's something sweet that you guys can do. You know, it doesn't take much out of your day. He said it takes him 5 minutes tops to fill it out. Just something that'll bring a smile to your significant other's face and let them know you're thinking about them.
Another thing we do is flowers for sure. Like, it doesn't even have to be like those crazy bouquets that you buy at designer flower stores. Like some grocery stores are stepping up their game.
Yeah. You don't have like a super big budget, but you still want to do something sweet for your significant other. You can definitely check out like more like the grocery store type places, because they really are stepping up their flower game. And you know, as long as you're letting them know that you're thinking about her, if you're letting her know that she's special to you, where you get the flowers from is not gonna matter. You know, it's more so like the effort that you put into it.
I showed up to her doorstep with one flower the first time.
Yeah, the night he asked me out, he only had a single rose. So, but it was how beautiful the rose was, and the stuff that he was saying was what made me say yes.
All right, so next thing we love to do is romantic trips. We're big on those.
Yeah.
So like, just a random weekend. Well, you don't have to go somewhere crazy. Be somewhere down the street. Like, we once had like this 1 hour drive trip out to some local area and stayed at this really like, it was a cute place actually. We had a vlog on it, the Umstead.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. We had our stay there, and it was like a little staycation. It was pretty nice actually. It turned out to be nicer than one of our bigger trips. Remember that?
Yeah, so that's important. We definitely love doing our getaways because that's our special time set apart from other people to be together with just Sean and I. And you know, it's not all about where you go. Like he said, for instance, due to the timing of his deployment and when we got married and other things that were going on, Sean and I never got to officially take a honeymoon. So that is something that we did not get to do. And of course I was, you know, kind of sad about it at first, but we have tried to like go to places and just make it feel like a honeymoon, you know? So even though we didn't officially honeymoon, We went here, we've gone there, we were together, the love was there, so we make it work. And you can do that too. It doesn't have to be a big fancy place. You can just go, like Sean said, somewhere an hour away, somewhere 30 minutes away, or even just you and your significant other going away for a weekend, even if it's a hotel that's like 20 minutes from your house. Just make it romantic. Bring rose petals, bring whatever you'd like to bring to make it romantic for the two of you, and just take that time to spend it with one another. So we're forever doing that. Yeah.
All right, so another thing we really like to do is date nights.
Yeah, so we frequently will have date nights just like randomly. We like to keep it spontaneous, which is another thing that we practice. You know, we don't like to have too many things that are like just planned, because then, you know, we don't want it to start to feel like a chore or like a job, or like it's something on your schedule.
Take the wife out.
Yeah, you know, we don't want it to become like that. So we try to have spontaneous date nights. And we know it's probably easier for us since we don't have like children or anything. I know some of you are probably like, yeah, try that once you have a couple. But, you know, even then, I think we're still going to try to maintain some level of keeping things spontaneous, because I believe that's part of what makes it exciting, and that's part of what keeps the fire burning. It's like, maybe we're gonna sit and just be in the house tonight, or maybe randomly all of a sudden my husband's gonna walk in a room and be like, let's go out for dinner. You know, you never know. But even if you do have to do scheduled date nights, we still feel like that's better than no date night at all. So
it doesn't even have to be crazy. Like, we like to go back to our like roots and go to IHOPs. Yeah,
we love going to places that mean something to our relationship. So, you know, we'll go to IHOP, we'll go to J. Alexander's. Sean has taken me to some super high scale places, but like I didn't enjoy every single one of them, because maybe the service wasn't good, or maybe like they're so hyped up that you get there and you're disappointed. So even if you're going to like all of these nice places, make sure that you're still enjoying the time that you're spending together, because if you would have more fun being together at IHOP than you would going to like the new spot downtown, then do that. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to anyone but the two of you.
Yeah. Ask her to be my Valentine still.
Yeah. So Sean never assumes that I'm automatically going to be his Valentine, even though we've been together for years and we're married. He still always asks me, will you be my Valentine? And for me, I think that's so romantic, because it still makes you feel desired. It makes you feel wanted. You know, your husband is like dating you still. So I think that's important. You know, don't make things become a routine. Still ask her out. Still, you know, say, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so gorgeous, will you be my Valentine? We always do Valentine's cards. Even if you're low on cash, make one. You can go to the dollar store and get a pack of paper and some pens or markers or crayons for $2. So it's all about the effort, I feel like. And if you have a guy who's like really putting in effort, and maybe he can't do a ton of things for you, but he's putting in the effort, do not count him off just yet, because that could be your husband. You never know.
Yeah. So anniversaries, you know, of course we always go big on our wedding anniversary. That's huge to us. But like, we were really lame with the anniversaries when we first started off. It was kind of funny, because it would be 2 weeks in and I'd be like, happy 2 weeks, we made it, we've come so far.
Celebrate your milestones, no matter how big or how small they are. If it's somebody that you truly enjoy being with, then celebrate your 2 weeks, celebrate your 1 month, celebrate your 2nd month. We celebrated all of that stuff, and we still do. We celebrate our wedding anniversary and our dating anniversary and our engagement, you know, so that's just another way to keep the fire going. Celebrating your milestones together.
And then, of course, we create our own traditions. So we have something called Surprise Your Spouse Sunday, and I like it because SSS, Surprise Spouse Sunday, it's cool. I'm big into those. So what we do is just every Sunday, it just doesn't have to be huge. It's just something small to show you appreciate them. It could be something as small as writing a love note on a napkin.
Yeah, so like Sean said, Surprise Your Spouse Sundays is a tradition that we have. I never know what the surprise is going to be. Some days he'll say, pick out a dress you want to get. Some days he'll shoot me an email with like this beautifully written poem. You know, some days it'll just be, surprise, you're gonna get a foot rub right now. You know, so just things like that you can do that are exciting. Then that's another way to be spontaneous also, and to show your spouse that you love them. Keep it spontaneous with your date nights, with the things you say to one another, with the places that you go, with just in general how you interact with one another.
And with your kisses.
Yeah.
And she did a spontaneous. She likes to do spontaneous pranks on
I
me.
have a little makeup on your nose now.
Yeah, she'll do spontaneous little pranks on me. Like y'all saw that kissing prank. I was just like, oh, I like this. And then she told me it was a prank, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
I kind of like those pranks, even though like she's the one that's. I can't seem to land one on her.
Yeah, so I've been the prankster in our relationship since way back. I've always been the one to be able to get him. So just in case you guys are wondering, like, why is Sierra always the one doing the pranking and Sean isn't? It's because I'm better at it.
I'm not a prankster.
Yeah, Sean's not really a prankster, but like, I don't know, maybe with a little help he'll be able to get me back one of these days, but
No.
I don't know. It's even hard for my siblings to prank me. I'm just always looking out, like.
And then throwing a water balloon at her isn't a prank, it's mean, so.
Yeah, and if he throws a water balloon at me, I will fight him.
It'll be a sexy fight. The next thing we do, chivalry isn't dead. Let's discuss chivalry really quick. So if she touches her own door, I'm throwing her back into the car and then shutting the door hard.
So he says that like jokingly, but you guys really, a lot of people will be like, what do you guys fight about? That is one thing that we have actually had a little, it was a little uncomfortable there, because I got out of the car one day, opened my own door, and Sean was seriously very upset. Like he was in a whole mood for about 15 minutes. I'm pretty sure he was mad for real, y'all.
But if you open your door again, so help me.
Well, I will say this. If I open my door, he doesn't just say, oh, it's cool or whatever. Like, he literally makes me get back in the car.
Yeah.
So I've never fought him on that, but I just wonder if I refuse to get back in the car, I feel like
It's chivalry by force.
that would be an issue. I don't know. But like Sean said, chivalry is not dead. So I feel like this specific thing is one of the most important things that we practice. So baby, I'm gonna let you tell a little more about how you practice chivalry.
So opening her door, whether it's at home, in the car, at a restaurant, or pulling out her chair, or insisting she eats first, even though she always insists I eat. Because, I don't know, that for some reason that's when you always win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I'll insist the ladies eat first, but...
Yeah. So I'll make dinner, and then like, you know, as I'm making dinner, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning at the same time. So I'll go ahead and make Sean's plate, and I'm like, go ahead and eat, baby, you know. And he's like, no, I'm waiting for you, you know. So then I have to like put off what I'm doing if I'm not done, because I don't want him just sitting there waiting for me. If I know he's hungry, but he's, you know, holding himself from eating until I'm done and I could sit with him. So most times I end up just like, you know, sitting with him. We have our dinner together. But I just think that that's part of who he is. You know, he's not comfortable like moving forward without me. And I don't want to take that from him. Just like he said, he opens doors, he pulls out chairs. So I don't fight him on that. I know like, you're like, yeah, like feminism, we can do it ourselves. But it's just more so a thing that I do out of respect for my husband. So if you have a significant other that loves to like take care of you in that way, then that's another thing that we do to keep our relationship burning. Yeah. I don't fight him on that. I accept it. I know that I can do it on my own, but it's something that I accept as a part of the man that I chose to marry. He's just a gentleman down to his soul. He can't help it, and I just enjoy it. I never open a door or pick up anything when I'm with my husband, period. Yeah. He is my leader, and I am following him, and he is following God. So, you know, I don't want to overstep in that way, and I love it anyways, because who doesn't love being treated like a princess, right?
Yeah. Any movie did you ever watch where the prince was just like, all right, get out?
So, you know, I don't know. I love it, you know. We have given you guys some of our tips and tricks and ideas and things that we do to keep the fire burning.
Treat
you
her
guys,
like a princess.
Yeah, treat her like a princess first and foremost. Open her door, pull out her chair, you know. Do nice things for her. Create your own date nights. Make it spontaneous. Hey, you have children, you can't get out for the night? Okay. Put the kids to bed, get the fireplace going, put in a movie, order a pizza. You've seen us have a date night like that, and it was one of our most romantic dates ever. And it was literally just in our living room with a pizza and a fire going. So make things happen. Try not to get into too much of a routine, you know. Be spontaneous with it. Don't go so strictly on schedules like today is date night, period. you know, like maybe you're not going to get to have your date tonight, but you definitely know that you want to romance your significant other at some point this week.
Life happens.
Yeah, life happens. Create your own traditions. We have Surprise Your Spouse Sunday. We have the love board that Sean frequently writes on. Do things like that that only the two of you have together, that no one else knows about unless you tell it to all of your subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
But do things like that. Travel as much as you can. Go to places, whether big or small. Like I said, Sean and I didn't have a honeymoon, but we did go and travel along the places on the coast.
We don't even have a huge budget. We're not like millionaires.
Yeah, and you don't have to have a huge budget either to go somewhere nice. Like I said, you can make anything romantic. Flirt with your spouse. Always tell them that they're pretty, they're gorgeous, they're handsome, they look good. You know, ask them out. If it's date night, go in and be like, baby, will you go out with me tonight? You know, things like that. Date your spouse. Celebrate anniversaries. Celebrate birthdays. Don't let anything get to the fact where it's like, oh, that's nothing that we do anymore. Because we personally firmly believe that as long as you keep up what it took to get there, it will be successful.
Yeah.
So again, this is just some of the things that we personally do. We know a lot of you guys were having questions on like things we did to keep the fire burning, to keep the passion alive. So those are just things that we personally do. Again, this is not to, you know, kind of persuade anyone to do any certain thing. This is just us sharing our thoughts and feelings and opinions on it.
It's what works for us.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the same for everyone else.
Yeah, of course. You have to do what's best for you in your specific situation. But this is what happens to work for us. So we hope that you guys have enjoyed part 1 in the series. The next video we will probably do is tips on how we deal with distance when Sean is away. But we hope that you guys have enjoyed.
Thank you. Spontaneous kisses.
Oh, baby.
Let's get this camera off.